I'm good on the bottom half. It's the upper. Got to keep the heart warm. Pump warm blood through the body. Uh, in bad circulation, it's the hands too. So yeah, I'm considering mittens or gloves of some sort. Obviously, I don't think that anybody getting up on this podium today is going to be super positive about the way that any of the phases of the game played offensively. We took a step back, I think, in terms of our execution, and that part wasn't good. The quarterback, getting asked about how Gio is doing. Gio did not play his best game. He can play a lot better. He saw that on tape. We talked about it yesterday in our meeting. He's not far away, but he's got to stay focused on what his job is going to be. Pass protection was a little bit better. I thought, that you saw a concerted effort from Coach Blazek and his unit in terms of that. Running backs, we got to see the reads a little bit more in the run game. There were some holes there that they created up front that we missed. And then when we got our chances in the pass game, we can't overthrow guys. We can't underthrow guys. Give those guys a chance to go make some plays. Even the couple down the sideline, one went out of bounds. One was a little bit too wide there for Carlton. And obviously the pick six wasn't very good. Execution-wise, we got to get back to the way that we were playing 2 weeks ago. And for us, it's not that far off. It feels that way at times. It's just a calm and execute your job responsibility, focus on the details, and we'll be all right. I think in terms of Penn State, we're excited about these guys coming to town. Obviously, they're having a heck of a second part of their season. They, after the Ohio State game, they've caught fire a little bit and playing really good football. Defensively, they are a good team. They've got a good front. The front four is they're not huge, but they're good-sized kids that I think have high motors and find ways to get to the quarterback. You look at their tackles for losses and their sacks, and I think especially in critical times in the game, they've done a good job getting to the quarterback in passing situations. Coverage-wise, they've got some good players out there. John Reed is a heck of a player. They've got I can't remember all their names off the top of my head, but 15's a good player. He's got a lot of speed. They do a nice job. They're not super complicated in what they do, but they do a good job, I think, of giving you a lot of different looks and keeping it simplistic for their guys out there. So for us, we're gonna have to be disciplined again in what we do. And approach the game, getting back to the way that we played, I think, against Minnesota, and just eliminate some of the errors. Obviously, we can't throw it to the other team or give up sacks or take negative plays.
Drew, Coach Ash had just said he wants to stick with Gio no matter what the last two games. What can that do for his development as a quarterback building on this year?
Coach Ash has said all along this is going to be a development-based program. We want to be a development program. And so I think for especially a young quarterback, a sophomore that's taking a lot of reps right now, he's got some talent. He's done some really good things out there on the game field. So for him, his progression, his development, it's only getting better. And somebody said it the other night. They were talking about it was during the Washington USC game. If the commentator mentioned, why hadn't they played Sam Darnold earlier? And it's one of those positions, I think, quarterback-wise, that you don't know until they get out there in the game. You can't simulate game reps. And so the more game reps a quarterback gets, obviously, the better he's going to do. And so for Gio's development, I think that it's going to be tremendous.
I know you're not going to stand here and show off all your trick plays or whatever, but when you're a prohibitive underdog like you are, when the offense has struggled, do you have to be going to a game thinking that you have to be more creative against a Penn State defense like this?
Yeah, I think that in any game, you want to try and create the best advantages that you can, and sometimes that looks differently in games than others. You mentioned trick plays or things like that. Sure, we go into games with trick plays all the time, and what draws up really well versus these guys, and can we execute it? But yeah, I think that for us, we need to be creative, but we can't put our guys in a situation where they're out there thinking too much. If you do, they're going to end up playing slow. And we're not a team that can play slow and be thinking. We're a team that has to go out there, know what we're doing, execute it, play at a high level, and have great communication. Otherwise, we haven't shown to play well in those types of situations.
Drew, getting back to Gio, you said before that you felt like the offense took a step back. Did you feel like, I know it's a team thing, but do you feel like Gio took a step back himself?
I don't think Gio played as well as he had. I really don't. And that's something we talked about, in our meeting, and just seeing some little things on tape that I think could have helped us out. Whether that just seeing perimeter reads, opportunities to get the ball out on the edge with a bubble, or seeing, in the first throw that he threw down the field, he had a chance to take the second read right there. It was Juwan coming across the middle in that particular coverage. So he didn't see it as well as he had. He's not. They weren't like really complicated things for him. He just. I think he's just got to be a little bit more disciplined in that step. From that standpoint, a step back. Yeah, that wasn't as good. I wouldn't say that he's like regressed from that standpoint, but not as good as he had played throwing the ball in the previous 2 games.
Drew, I think from the outsider's perspective, at the end of last year, there was consensus that Robert Martin was your best running back, and he also seemed to show some vision that even in that game last week that maybe you hadn't seen in that position. Are we missing something, the fact that he's not getting the number of carries that you would expect from?
To be honest with you, he had been dinged up for the last few weeks, and putting him out there, Rob Martin is a great back. He's got great vision, especially in the downhill run game. You're looking at your inside zone power counter stuff, he does a great job with that vision, and he wants to be a vertical downhill runner, and oftentimes too vertical to where you have to coach him. Hey, there are some hits that are a little bit wider. But Rob Martin playing at 75%, he wasn't going to be the same as he was. And this last game, he jumped in there and had some very, very nice runs for us. I think in our downhill run game, we need both of them. We need Rob Martin. We need Justin Goodwin. They both do a nice job, and they both complement each other well. But I agree with you. He's when he's on and he's playing really well, he adds a really nice dimension to our inside run game. Appreciate it.